Hello, hello, hello. Good Lord, I'm having trouble. More trouble than a little bit. So let's see over here. What do we got going on over here? Think we're good. Make sure my volume's up. Happy Saturday. Hello, everyone. Hello. Come on in. Grab your beverage of choice. Let's have a little chit chat. We could talk about Natalie. We could talk about where's Melania. We could also talk about Whiskey Pete wants to run for the presidency. Which one would y'all like to discuss first? For those of you that just popped in, should we talk about Whiskey Pete considering running for the presidency? Natalie, the nutcase who totes around the diaper bag. Come on in. Let me know what you'd like to touch on. Hello, Mama Sunshine. I see you. Whichever page you would like to come over onto, we can have a little conversation. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, I guess the purple led you over here. Hey, Mama Sunshine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the purple. So, what would you like to talk about today? Because let me give you the three in case you didn't get it. We could talk about Natalie, the nutcase who totes around the diaper bag for Donnie Boy. We could talk about Whiskey Pete, who actually is dipping his toe into running for the presidency. And the worldwide question, where's Melania?
Oh no, she's back.
Oh, she's back?
She made an appearance. Yeah, she came back. But my issue with situation number one.
Mm-hmm.
How did she manage to not get a security clearance and ignore and deny even doing one for an entire year, but yet has the second closest ear to the HNIC?
Oh, yeah.
Please make that one make sense.
Oh, yeah.
That one's the most concerning to me.
I don't care if you got an R or a D behind your name. You should be going, what the fuck? Wait, she's allowed to have his ear and no background check has been done on her? Wait, we got to remember his family members were allowed access to the White House with no background checks.
And that is concerning in itself. But this woman who looks a lot like his daughter, has been writing the most bizarre letters, which everyone, and I mean everyone, on both sides of the aisle has said, the only time you write like that is if you're in love.
Okay. And how old is she? What, 32, 35? And he's 80 years old?
I believe she's 34 or 35. But again, I had one crush on a boss once. And even I didn't write anything. I didn't write anything. I just kept the shit to myself. Because A, they were married, and B, It was my boss.
Yeah.
You just, it's like teachers, you just don't.
It's like, wow. Turn that light on. It's like, wait a minute. And you were one of the few people that was not left behind on the sacrifice plane.
And which is why I believe KKK said, yeah, no bump up. I don't know. In fact, a couple of people said that Melania might have released those letters, but he might have released them himself as a bragging point of, look, I'm an 80-year-old guy and I got this chick, like it could have been anything. But it's just the whole thing is very questionably bizarre. That's not the best I can put it.
Which anybody with their right mind should have been able to flip back. So you're pulling a nutcase. You got a nutcase that is enamored with you, and everybody knows it. And you think that's some kind of flex? Because I swear, have you seen? I
was trying to read John Stone's. I'm going to approve it. I was trying to read John Stone's comment, but breaking news: Callie of Duty, the Secret Service code name for Natalie.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What? But I mean, even her own brother is like, yeah, she on the cray side. We need an intervention.
Yeah, literally, her family said since she contracted cancer and had to go through treatments, it has done something to her mentally.
And that again, you have an entire Secret Service and all the people are supposed to protect the eagle, and y'all just let her just fall asleep wherever and write love letters and just.
Did you see the picture I sent you of her knees?
Yeah.
Man, you need some knee pads, baby girl. You need some fucking knee pads.
And some lotion.
Because, wow. You're running around carrying 2 laptops and a diaper bag. I'm going to keep on calling it a diaper bag. Because I ain't never seen nobody carrying that much shit around with them. Need the ultra-sized pens, the big multiple tubes of Desitin. Hey, John. I'm like, wow. And, okay, now we all know they've told all the members of the military, shh, don't talk about the food. Don't talk about the status. But guess what? Guess who got on the ship? Guess who managed to get on one of the ships? A reporter from the Military Times. She reported what it is. She stated what the bathrooms were like, what the barracks, the bullocks, I believe that's what it's called, were like. And they don't like that. Remember, he defunded the Military Times. So now they're independent. They get their own funding. They report what they're going to report. Would have been better leaving them on a leash where you could control their funding or use it to. But no, this man does not actually know how to handle business. So when
it sounds like, I don't know if she got terminated, but I know 2 people got terminated from there.
Too late, boo boo. It's out there in the wind. Yeah. And they don't go on without authorization. So a captain, somebody high up militarily on that ship said, yeah, sure, come on. Come on. Where you want to go? What you want to see? So I'm waiting to hear, did the captain, the lieutenant captain, who gave her authorization? Because she was walking around with the cameraman and a microphone. Stars and Stripes. Let me ask you something real quick, John. Yeah, I'll ask you because I thought those were two different agencies. Hey, John, how you doing?
Howdy.
Hey, hon, are those two different agencies?
What's that?
Military Times and Stars and Stripes.
It is. They're different publications.
Okay. If I'm correct about this, Military Times got on the Lincoln and did a walk around.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Now, the Stars and Stripes was the editor got fired, and the editor in chief and then another editor both got fired because they printed the truth. And I know there's not many maggots in here right now, but if these servicemen on the Lincoln were being treated, badly, poorly, whatever, they keep saying, oh, you know what you signed up for? You're in the military. It's not supposed to be Holiday Inn. Everybody understands that. But if they are being fed unhealthily, if their accommodations are, shitholes, do you think Donald Trump and that administration would just come out and say, oh, yeah, we have a lot of problems there? No, of course not. They're going to deny, just like everything else.
Yep. You're absolutely right. So that's why. Go ahead.
So, they kind of throw them softball questions, like to jackass Trump. All Trump had to say was, yes, I've heard reports about that. We're investigating it now, and we're doing everything in our power to alleviate those situations. That's all he had to say. He doesn't have to come out and say the servicemen are lying, their parents are lying, the media is lying. I mean, come on. Yeah, my goodness.
Honey, here's the thing. When he said he was, a great business negotiator, part of that is knowing how to smooth. Part of that is knowing how to take something that may be shit hitting the wall and find a way to go, oh, no. See, we're working on this. We were unaware of this. You have to know how to. He doesn't know it. He's incapable of
it. Correct. And the reason is because he's had that golden spoon in his mouth his whole entire life, and it's always been his way or the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
He's never had a boss. He's never had to answer to anyone but himself.
Yep. And he learned from the best how to con people, how to rip people off.
Absolutely. So you know what his whole modus operandi was with all of these businesses he's been in. He hires a contractor to put glass windows in a casino, mm-hmm. And the contractor says, "Okay, it's going to be a $100,000 job. I need $20,000 up front for supplies."
Yeah.
And so they would get that. They'd get the $20,000. Now there's $80,000 owed. So after weeks or days or months or whatever, these people working, and the job is completed, and jackass Trump is going down there every day and looking and inspecting, right?
Uh-huh.
But after the job is over, he says, I don't like this. This corner isn't how we talked about. The color of the glass is wrong, whatever, he'll nitpick and find anything wrong with it. And then he'll say, well, they'll say, hey, you owe me 80,000. And he says, well, I'm not paying you 80,000. I'm unsatisfied with this. So then it's going to cost you $30,000 or $40,000 to take his ass to court for 3 years to get the 80,000. So Trump offers 30,000 or 40,000 of the 80,000, and that person just says, yes, I'll take that. That's how all of his operations worked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He never pays them what he had agreed to, what he had negotiated, and the contract that he signed. He always goes back and, well, at least 70% of the time, and breaks it.
Absolutely. The reflecting pool. So, a non-bid contract, it's his buddy. It's, now he claims he has no idea who the guy is. But before it started, he was like, oh, yeah, I got this real good pool guy. He knows everyone. He's been doing this all his life. He's the greatest. And they screwed that up, obviously. And the whole problem with that is they had a deadline. They needed that done by July 4th, So with a no-bid contract, though, there's nobody else there to say, you know what, I don't think we can get that job done in that time, especially for this amount of money. And there's nobody to refute that, And obviously a disaster, a complete disaster. I don't know. What's the status of that right now? Do you know, Teresa?
Right now, we haven't heard not a single sound. I don't.
Right.
I'm still trying to verify. Do they still have the wire fence up, the chain link fence up around it?
I believe so. I know it's not. It's not completed. It's not been refilled and opened like it was, or it'd be all over the news, right?
It's also lime green right now.
Yeah, sure. And but supposedly it was drained again, and they examined the coating that they originally put down that was not done sufficiently, obviously. The algae thing, who knows how they're going to take care of that. But it's been longer since they've re-drained the pool to now than it did the first time they drained the pool and, slapped down something on the bottom and then refilled it. It's been longer since then, since the second draining.
And I need someone to verify this. Rumor has it, allegedly, because he went through there with that heavy equipment, the Beast and the other cars, they cracked the fucking foundation.
That I would have to agree with. It's a freshly put down surface, and then you're taking automobiles and 4-ton vehicles on it and driving over a freshly put down surface. You can't do that.
That right there. And so more of our money now has to be used. Oh, and speaking of money, the Supreme Court has decided he can continue building his fucking ballroom when the one judge said, no, till everything's straightened out, don't waste any more of the American people's money, stop everything. And then he ran to the Supreme Court like a little biatch. And the Supreme Court said, well, we can't afford to hold it up and not go ahead and, continue building the ballroom. So if it comes back with another refusal, that means we spent even more money for nothing.
The thing is, okay, what they did is originally they told them you can continue your bunker because that cool beans national security. But the ballroom is not national security. And so until we get this sorted, you don't get to build that. You have to have permission. Congress has to approve it, blah, 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 blah. So, of course, he didn't like that. But remember when I said last week, he has this habit of fuck it up, tear it down, and do whatever, and then wait for it to go to court because he knows it'll go to court. But he knows it'll just tie it up and tie it up and tie it up. He don't care. First business orders, tear it down and fuck it up.
And it didn't even go before the entire Supreme Court. Just the one justice said, well, I'm going to stay this order from the judge, and then we'll think about taking it up later. That's what happened. There was no vote. That didn't go through a vote in the Supreme Court.
And because of that, he's going to continue working because I don't think the Supreme Court is back till the first week of October. They're off officially now until the first week of October. That's when they come back and start. So 2 fucking months. Continue digging, continue building.
Right.
Shit.
An undetermined amount. I mean, you know, we've had what six estimates of that. First, it started at 200 million. It was all going to be donated money. Blah 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 blah. Now it's up to 450 million. The whole thing is ridiculous. I don't know how we got here. It makes me want to cry.
It's our money. It's our money being wasted. And Supreme Court, hey, y'all need to turn loose your paycheck. How about that?
Yeah.
Don't you get no pay till this is settled because you're not gonna waste our money.
And you've heard about the 300,000 metric tons of beef, correct?
Oh, good Lord, yes. Yes.
So in case anybody likes to do any mathing, that's kind of my thing. 300,000 metric tons of beef is less than 3% of the yearly consumption of beef in this country. That is a blip. It is not solving anything. It's just something that he could put on his resume as helping out the American people. It's not going to help shit out. No one's going to be helped by that.
Wait. Here's an even better.
Hold on. The other thing that really makes me mad about that whole thing is A, that meat's coming in minus tariffs, and B, it has to be sold 25% less than U.S. beef. How does that help the farmers?
How are they going to guarantee that? Who's going to be carrying that beef? They're going to put it in Walmart right next to the American grown beef at 25% less. I don't see how any of that's going to work. And
how is the farmers going to survive, because they would have to lower their prices to even compete, and they're already losing money.
Actually, they won't, because like I said, it's 3% of American consumption. So that 300,000 metric tons is going to come in here. It's like a whiff. It's like me throwing 3 more strawberries into a box of strawberries. I don't think they're going to have to worry about competition from that. I mean, that meat might hit the shelf someplace, and supposedly 25% less. It's just going to be bought up off the shelf instant. It's 3%.
But wait a minute, John, have you been to H Mart?
No, I don't even know what it is.
It's a grocery store. It is a primarily Asian grocery store. Everything that all the big fancy Wegmans and such have. I walked up in there and they have a big cooler full of beef, okay? Over here, these packages had USDA. Over here, these packages just said lean, 10%, 30% beef. Right. And I'm looking going, okay, American beef is more expensive. This beef over here doesn't say where the hell it's coming from, but it's a little less. I took a closer look. You know, they spray our beef with, formaldehyde to keep it bright red.
Right, yeah.
I looked at theirs and I said, okay, theirs is a little bit darker. So I asked the butcher, I said, why is this beef a little bit darker than that beef? He said, oh, it's the formaldehyde. American beef is sprayed with formaldehyde to keep it bright red and appealing. And I said, so what does that do? He said, nothing really. When you get home, immediately put it into the freezer. When you're ready to cook it, take it out at that time. I was like, okay, so why is it a little bit cheaper? He said, because we're not having ours sprayed with formaldehyde. Our beef is beef. There's no added chemicals or anything to extend its life. Just to try it out, I bought some. I brought it home. I was like, number one, it doesn't have that weird smell that our meat has. I cooked it. It was tender. It was juicy. I was like, so we're eating chemicals and theirs is not stuff with chemicals.
Right.
So what about this shit right here? Number one, what country is it coming from? Some country, hey, screw worm infestations and
Right.
foot and hoof
Right.
mouth. What the
Right.
hell? And to be, go ahead.
I want to keep that a secret. What an idiot! Holy shit!
Yeah. And by the way, where's all these slaughtered horses going?
Yeah, dog food companies.
You sure about dog food companies?
Yeah, that could be the meat he's beefing for. Yeah.
Notice you said should be.
Yeah,
That
right.
don't mean anything. We
I
don't have nobody doing the job that they used to do to make sure that what we're eating is what we're eating and what we eat is safe. We don't have that anymore.
Apparently, because now everything on the damn grocery shelf makes you poop uncontrollably.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because there's no real inspectors. Those got rid of the damn inspectors. Oh, right. They don't do anything. Yeah, they inspect. There was a time in this country where they used to put chalk in spoiled milk so it would come across as being good enough for you to buy it, and then suddenly it goes bad. When we didn't have regulations, Americans died, mayhem. That's not a nanny state. That's called keeping your people safe. They used to cut.
They have a baby formula that's on recall as well.
Yeah.
Now you think about how many parents that probably just recently bought something from that company now has to question what they're feeding their infant is going to be okay.
And that shit ain't cheap.
Can you define communism, mayhem?
Yeah. Because you do know regulations have been around since the birth of this nation. So apparently, following you, we've always been communists.
Yeah, I could just try communism for you, mayhem. How about importing 300,000 metric tons of beef from who knows where to go against our capitalist farmers? How about that? How about buying 10% of NVIDIA stock? Yeah, that's another government-owned entity now.
Yeah.
That's communism.
They have, every country has rules that tell you what you can and cannot do. Do you not understand that there is literally no country in the world that does not have their own rules? So, surprise, welcome to living. Tells you how to live. Yeah.
And we talk about the extreme double standard hypocrisy of the word. They sit there and say they don't want this because they don't want the government telling them what to do. Correct? Is that what it is?
Sure.
Okay. So let's just backtrack a little bit. Military schools must be taught Christianity. Regular schools not only have to be taught Christianity, but then now have to have a statue of Kirk in their freaking school. Have to, by law. You know that thing where the government tells them what to do? Oh, you can't read this book. That's a government thing. Somebody's telling you what you can and cannot do. When you go to the doctor, when you sign paperwork, now the government has access to everything you're doing in your private life. Government overreach. I mean, can I go on? I could go on for the last 2 years of shit, but you want to sit here and say what you don't like, but yet you're supporting the very thing you hate. Make that part make sense.
Exactly. I need my pew-pew in case the government go haywire and try and take over the streets. Hey, you got thousands of ICE agents running around armed to the teeth. Well, That part of the government I like.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I will not be held down by a rogue government. And we've got people being snatched. We've got concentration camps. And the so-called Second Amendment people, not a word out of them.
Yeah, you got armed dudes running around in the streets, and you're trying to get to your house, and you can't get to your house anymore because the street is all blocked off because they're having some kind of operation going on. Yeah, I suppose you love that too, huh?
Yeah. And, well, no. They always say we're safer now, but we have everyday Americans being beaten, abused. They're citizens, and then they look at their ID and tell them it's not real. It's fake. What? I was born. We got people literally quoting. I was born in Texas. I was born in Kentucky. This is my real ID. This is my real address. And they're going, we don't believe. We're going to need to hold you a while to verify it. What? Do you not realize how fascist that is? Strange, they're not seeing this. Okay. Until it happens to them. Then it's, how dare you do that to me? Why? You let them do it to your neighbor. You let them do it to your coworker. So why can't they treat you that same way? Yeah, baby, learn how to spell. That's not how you spell fascist. Okay? Good Lord.
Oh, mackerel.
Hey, if you can, pull up on your screen the tenets of fascism. Maybe Mr. Mayhem 45 will learn something. Or better yet, never mind. You are literally have knowledge at your fingertips. Duck, go. What fascism is, okay? Learn something.
That's not how you spell fascist, moron. You did it twice now. Go look it up.
Yeah. I don't know if he just doesn't know the word, can't spell the word, has no familiarity with history. I don't know.
Did you look at his bio?
Oh, Lord. Hold up. If you don't love Trump with all your heart, you're a cult member and a traitor. Wait a minute. Did you see how you spell traitor?
Yeah, of course.
Traitor. Oh, professional bot is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what he is. That's what he is.
Oh.
He's on his page trying to get some coins. That's
and
his
a
only
stupid
reason.
bot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A mentally ill bot.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something. I have never loved a president. They're there to do a job. We hired them by voting for them to do a job. I am not emotionally attached, particularly to a felon, particularly to an SAer. Never would I ever be attached to someone like that.
Oh, jeez. I had to do a deportation, y'all. I'm sorry.
Great.
Pop the pimple. You pop the pimple.
Great job.
Thank you, ma'am. You popped the pimple. It was desperately needed.
That's what should be done to every maggot in every live. I wish that was true. I know that, everybody likes to have these debates and arguments and whatnot. I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand to listen to any maggots. I have not gleaned one bit of information from a maggot in 10 years. Nope. I don't understand why people insist on talking to these idiots.
I wanted to. I don't do debates. I do conversations. And here's the danger. This is a AI data center. They put them offshore. They use the ocean water to suck it up, cool the center, purify it, and then put it back into the ocean. We're running around destroying our air, our water, destroying land. And look, that's a Samsung, the world's first seawater cooling AI system.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. No
But,
stinky air.
well, they're not going to do that here because that costs a lot of money. That's a lot of investment.
Mm-hmm. It's cheap.
Right. Well, here you have state and local governments giving away the land to these people because they claim they're going to create all these jobs in your area, even if it's temporary construction jobs or whatnot. And everybody's really eager to put these things up, wasting and abusing our resources.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you realize, though. I'm sorry, John. I don't mean to go over you, but
I was
when they were doing the pipelines, they hired the same crew. They just went from place to place. They didn't hire new people. And they're doing the exact same thing here. The same crew is going to go from place to place. Now, will they grab somebody along the way because somebody might have fallen ill or got a better job, or the spouse was like, nope, you're gone all the time, we're not doing this anymore? I mean, any of those things are a possibility. But they aren't creating any jobs. And if they are, they're temporary jobs. These are not permanent jobs. They never will be permanent jobs. It just freaking pisses me off that people still fall for this shit. Go look at the man camps.
Oh, wait. Hold up. I want y'all to understand something. A construction worker, a man who owns a construction company in Ohio, went to a town hall where they were talking about putting up a data center. He broke it down exactly as you did just now. He said, they're promising you 200, 500, maybe 1,000 jobs, and they know it's not going to happen. He said, we voted you in. You had better get yourself straight. You had better start telling them, put down multiple millions of dollars, because if those jobs don't come through, if the jobs come through, they get the money back. If they're lying about the jobs and the jobs don't come through, you get to keep that money and put it into our community. He said, start calling their bluff because they're lying to you, and y'all old enough to know by now exactly what you said. They're taking the same people, moving them over here for construction. When it's done, those jobs leave. He said it, and same with fracking. You don't even hear about fracking no more.
Nope.
You don't even hear about it no more, because once they started, when everything was done and the jobs went away, eventually the next city or town went, well, wait a minute, you didn't leave any jobs there. Why would we let you do it here?
And you destroyed our environment.
Yes. Oh, and this is Germany, by the way. That is a wind turbine to generate power for homes. See, they got a solar panel and they got a wind turbine, and you get a battery to charge up to use overnight. So there you are. There's your energy for your house right there. Why are we so ass backwards in this country? Worshipping at the altar of corporations. This is the future.
I've always had this is my own theory about solar panel energy. And the reason why this country, our country, hasn't invested, massively in the production and use of solar panels is because it's essentially a one-time purchase. You build it, you sell it, and that's it. You don't have to come and repair it, replace anything, and they think that's not something they want to do. They want to build you a car that you have to take in every couple of months and replace parts over its lifetime over and over and over and over again. Exactly. That's how they make their money.
Exactly. Whereas if we focused on, all right, we need engineers and technicians. Maybe every year or every 2 years, somebody got to go out, check the wind turbine, make sure everything is lubricated, make sure everything is all running fine. Then you go to the next house. It can be done. They do it in other countries,
Sir,
but we won't
even
do it.
even Elon Musk said, I live here in Nevada. Even Elon Musk said, and you know, Nevada's like a immense wasteland. You know, there's so much land where there hasn't been a human on in 100 years, even walking through the areas. They could cover enough land in Nevada with solar panels and wind turbines to power the entire country. That's coming from Elon Musk, by the way. That's not from me. The entire country.
Yeah. But we don't want to do that. We want to kiss the butt of corporations. Oh, we've got this corporation in our state. Okay, what are you getting out of it? What the heck? How is that benefiting the people? When he set up that damn machine in Georgia, where the people of that town said, we wake up every morning and it smells like rotten eggs at that data center that he built. We don't know what we're breathing in. He don't give a crap what they breathing in anyway.
Nope.
I'm making money. We have somehow, I don't know why we do this. We got him running around with Starlink and, you know, all these other companies. We give this man millions of dollars and he takes the gravy. It's not like he says, well, I'm gonna make I don't know, $30 billion in 1 year off the money that they gave me, because it's a grant, not a loan, and I get to put that in my pocket. At what point is somebody going to go, hey, if we're going to give you millions of dollars and you're going to make billions of dollars, then we need to get at least 2 million off the top. We get 2 million off the top, and the rest of the money is yours. Why not? Long time ago, medications were created off of grants from our taxes, and people got rich. No one thought to put in those damn contracts, hey, yeah, we're going to give you this money, but you're going to give us back billions off the top. You're selling that invention for $20 billion. All right, give us 2 million. Back into the kitty, where we take money, our tax dollars, and give away as grants or loans. No, it really is grants. And you create something, all right, and you're going to give us a couple of $1 million back to put back into that kitty. We become a bank.
That's the way it's supposed to work with taxes. But we all know these multi-billionaires aren't paying taxes.
No, they're not. And they keep giving them tax breaks over and over again. Like, wait a minute. Tax rates used to be 70% for the top 1%. They still earned money. None of them went broke. When they were being taxed at 70%, none of them went broke. It ain't hurt them a bit.
It was our most prosperous time.
Yeah. You're basically forcing people, hey, you're going to put back into the kitty that has allowed you to become a millionaire or a billionaire. Or for the 2-3 days that Elon was a trillionaire until it hit the stock market. Wait a minute, he's losing money on this. He's losing money on Tesla. He's losing money on SpaceX. No. He hasn't. He was a trillionaire for a hot, 72 hours?
Yeah.
Shoot. Now they're now letting Trump create a bank, a crypto bank. Why would I put my money into the bank belonging to someone who basically steals at the same way he breathes? And not
They're going to convince everybody that the American dollar, which is caving, is going to be obsolete, and so you should invest in the crypto and the NFTs and all those other things, because that's where all the money's going to be at. I watched them manipulate market yet again, because they weren't doing it to the oil company, because they already know that ship has sailed and it is not working. So now they're back to wash, rinse, repeat. Now they're doing it again to the crypto stock, and I watched it jump up and then it dropped back down. It literally has been doing this every time he opens his mouth and brings his little crypto bros and his oligarchy people and the people that are like, no, he's the best, and he's twitching and falling asleep. Hello.
If you invested like $1,000 in Trump crypto, I think it's worth $90 now.
Yeah. I don't know why my fellow Americans, maybe it's from reality TV, because before reality TV, this bullshit did not fly. We were about show me the facts, show me the long-term goals going forward. Now, this famous person invests in it, so I'm going to invest in it too. Wait.
And started with television. I ain't gonna lie, that shit started with television, because they would put every famous name, face, whatever. The one that used to drive me the most crazy is, look at this poor starving child walking barefoot with a bloated stomach while I'm wearing makeup and shoes, and won't bother to turn around and pick up that child who's walking barefoot and bloated and give him that little sandwich that you chewing on, that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. But for less than $1 a day, you can blah, blah, blah. Yes. And they started doing it with animals. Then they started doing it with product. Oh, well, this person thinks this product's the greatest. Then they have invested in and bought into and doing third-party testing, blah, blah, blah. That's how this shit started.
Yep.
And people were like, oh, hey, people are making money this way. Scammers started with television and it just grew.
Yep.
Hey, Teresa, should I quit my day job and start singing?
Maybe. Just polish it up a little bit, okay?
I might steal your song off the net.
We as a people, number one, those who scream patriot the loudest are the most unpatriotic motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
I swear, when I bring up people being snatched off the street, people being deported and dumped in foreign countries where they don't even belong there, people who, when I say, hey, there are young girls that are turning up pregnant, 3-4 months pregnant, when they were literally snatched off the street 6 months ago.
Right.
The math ain't mathing somehow.
Yeah, somebody's got some splaining to do.
Yeah, you're not doing any DNA checks. You're not hauling in these frosty people. Hey, there are only males in this center. So how are these 16, 17, 18-year-old girls coming up pregnant? Ain't nobody but them. So what? And no one's questioning it right now.
And you'll have a MAGA on here that says, oh, it's only a handful of girls. One girl's too many. But one U.S. citizen being detained illegally is one too many.
But John, they're patriots. They're God-fearing Americans.
They
What?
don't even know what that means. They think a patriot is loving your president and just doing whatever he says. That's what they think a patriot is.
I swear. I look at them and I go, wait a minute. You said you're a Christian. This is a child being abused, and you got nothing to say about it. It just went right over your head. So if it was a neighbor's kid, would you do the same? Because I'm kind of betting you would.
I know you've heard this too, Teresa, which makes my stomach turn. Them girls are 14 and 15. They know what they're doing.
They're children.
Yes.
So, at 14 or 15, aren't your kids children? Somehow they're not children, but yours is. Yeah, that's not. That's not.
It's a sickness. These people are sick. Who was it? One of them Kellys or something. One of them.
On Fox. On Fox, yeah.
Yeah, the Fox News blonde that said,
Yep.
These aren't children. They're not 5. They're 13 and 14.
And her daughter's 9.
Yeah.
If you said that about her daughter, she'd lose her mind.
Unbelievable. How the hell? I keep pinching myself and slapping myself and asking me, how the hell do we get here?
The thing is that she hangs around with dudes that would be like, if they bleed, they breathe. And she likes that shit.
I ain't disagreeing with it. I'm not disagreeing with it at all. They absolutely would. Oh God. It is, our nation is broken. We have an entire Congress. Yeah, Democrats, I'm hauling y'all ass out into the light too.
Absolutely.
Mike Johnson and the Senate are not holding him accountable. They are co-equal branches of government. To stop this war, all they had to do was say, we will not be distributing another penny for the reflecting pool, for all of this shit that he's trying to do, building the arch and the ballroom. All he has to do is stand on the steps and say, we will not be clearing a single penny for anything that he's constructing. Y'all better get a personal check from him. You will be getting nothing from the government. Your people will not be paid.
But mind you, he's already pulling the reverse tactics because there is a housing bill for unhoused people sitting at his desk that was approved from both House and Senate.
Mm-hmm.
He refuses to sign it because the SAVE Act.
Right.
He's refusing to give people housing because he wants to have a temper tantrum. Mm-hmm. He also is doing what else? He did something else where Zelensky. He said, hey, we'll give you this contract. You guys can build your da-da-das and we can do-de-doos. And suddenly he pulls that back because he didn't get his glorified this, that, and the others. And every time he doesn't get his way, he screws somebody over. And the fact that these people still constantly simp on a daily, on the minute, on the micro minute for this man is beyond gobsmacking anymore.
Tap screens, please share live. Tap screen, share live. Thank you.
Same thing with the Langford bill, co-sponsored bill from both the red and the blue. And it's supposed to be such chaos, and it's so urgent. But we're not going to pass that bill because I need to use that.
Got to quit. Hold on one moment, John. Hey, Joni. The
same place I am.
Joni, when has a drag queen done anything to children? It's been cis, white men going into bathrooms. It's been them. touching children and
wait,
kidnapping them.
but
And
notice-
by the way,
notice-
those kids are with their parent, not
Thank
there
you.
by themselves.
That's what I was going to say. Notice what she said, that the Florida woman said there's nothing wrong with taking little kids. And she's correct. There is nothing wrong with that because it's up to the parents. And if the parents so choose to do so, just like you decide not to let your kids read to Unalive a Mockingbird or War and Peace or any of those things, that's your choice. But you know, you want to talk about that government overreach. And then when the government says, "Oh, you can't do something," you guys are like, "Okay, make that make sense. Pick a lane, pick a struggle."
Can you prove it, Joni? You're pulling it out your ass. Can you prove it? Because again, just run the numbers. It's white cis men doing that.
Yeah, come up with one single case of something inappropriate going down
in
at
the
it.
United States.
More
In the
than
United States.
yeah, more than inappropriate, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of sexual activity going on at a drag show.
And what are you talking about? Them cross-dressing little kids. What drag show have you been to?
Well, wait a minute. I'd love to know how old this person is because if you remember the old military shows where men had to dress as women for the women's parts, the movies where men dressed as women and women dressed as men just to have a part. But, you know, we don't have a problem with that. Let's talk about even early days when they wore wigs.
Remember,
even and heels in court.
Mm-hmm. Remember, even Ronald Reagan performed in a cross-dressing role. That was the 1940s and 50s, Joni. It did not break the kids. Yeah, they've been around forever.
Oh,
what gender crap are you talking about? You're confusing.
Wait. Another troll because how do you not know the difference between a transvestite, a crossdresser, and a transgender? There are three different things. Girl,
they are.
Please, a struggle. Who was it?
What gender crap are you talking about?
Rock her to sleep.
Pimple pop. Pop the pimple. Pop the pimple. Same as pineapple. Pop the pimple. Do you know that there are literally animals that change genders? A chicken can go from being female to being a rooster. That's
animal in the kingdom that can do that.
Yeah. There are snakes. They can literally be male and change over and lay eggs. Biology, seahorses. Yeah, seahorses is another one. They really need to have an education. Yes, they are fascinated by it. It's incredible. They cannot mind their own business. They feel like they have a right to tell other parents what to do when it's not harming the child.
They're obsessed with what's in your genes.
Yes, they are.
I'm offended because for years and years and years to this day, so since my birth until, and I am now about to be 60, I've been forced to watch young girls being courted by princes and such, being forced off to marriage and being kissed without consent, touched without consent, forced into relationships without consent. I didn't ask for that. So why is it being shoved down my throat on a daily?
You must wear them ruffled skirts and them little black patent leather shoes and be all girly. Yes, it is. It's a very small percentage, but they lose their freaking minds about what's going on with someone else. Ew, I saw a man kiss a man. Ew, I saw a man kiss a woman.
That part.
I want to see that.
More ill. That's even more ill. And you know what's really funny is we're back at the wash, rinse, repeat thing again because they've run out of their boogeymen, so they had to come up with some new ones.
Oh yeah.
And so right now, Somalis are still under attack. The mosques are under attack. Somalis are being blamed for pirating off into the ocean again, which they haven't been in that location. So I find it really odd that they keep bringing them up over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had they're eating the dogs and cats, and they're coming in by the droves. But yesterday he announced there has not been not one illegal immigrant come in across the border. Remember, he said that yesterday loud and proudly. I just wanted to make that point. So it just, the wash, rinse, repeat of, oh, we got to come up with another thing because we're coming up on election.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, the other one is Mondami. The other one is Mondami, and he's making them piss themselves because someone somewhere suddenly realized, oh, wait a minute, he's an American citizen, so he could run for the presidency. Oh,
well, blaming was it Mondami for 911 when he was 9 years old at the time?
Yeah.
He was like 3 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Allegedly, the actress Patricia Heaton is working with someone out of upstate New York, and they're trying to get the governor to ban Mondami from going to the 9/11 memorial.
Yeah, Patricia Heaton from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, that one.
But again, the government overreach. Why are we not pissed about that part? Like, that is literally government overreach.
And yeah, somebody from upstate New York, hey, soldier's wife, somehow managed to allegedly rope her in to support a petition that he's going around New York getting signed to submit to the governor that she needs to, because of the somber situation, and that this is a memorial to those who Muslims killed, that he shouldn't be there. It would be a major disrespect. I'm like, did y'all check his date of birth?
But we don't have a problem with the HNIC showing up in a MAGA hat, 2028 hat, not saluting, not showing up for the unknown soldiers because of rain. Like, well, let's talk about the total disrespect. Come on.
Or for the women's veterans.
Yeah.
They held their own anyway.
I'm like, wow. It got me, and I really, really hope. Hey, she's got to have a someone who puts out different information. But Patricia Heaton need to put her foot on this quick. Stamp that shit down, because I don't care what your religion is. You should be able to do basic math and go, when that happened, he was 9 years old. What does he have to do with this? And the guy from is it from Minnesota or Michigan? I know I'm gonna say his name wrong. El Said. He said, this man pulls no punches. I'm sorry. He's the one that was born here, born and raised. Trump said he's a load of shit. He snapped right back and said, at least I don't shit my pants.
In the Oval Office.
Yep, we need more. Yep, we need more of that.
Yes.
We need more people to give and take. Since the news people won't, we need more candidates, people running for office, to backslap his bitch ass every chance you get.
Yeah, I saw a video of El Said talking, and I can't remember the conversation. It's been a long week, but he was almost in tears in whatever the conversation was. because it was so horrific.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could remember, but it was that bad.
Oh, Jake Lang, that weasel tried to crash one of his campaign things last week. And when he stood up trying to talk about Muslims and this and Muslims that, he just stepped from behind the podium and started saying, USA, USA. Jake Lang was like, yeah, nobody was with your bitch ass. They literally drove him out.
Went to Minnesota this morning and got ran out faster than he's ever been ran out. Bro literally got off the truck and was shoved right back on the truck.
That's what we need. We need more of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The only reason I came up here is because you were talking about immigration,
mm-hmm.
and Greg Abbott is up for re-election here in Texas. He has put a stay on the construction of data centers, but the data centers are putting money in his pocket. So hi Black Clover. So what are they doing for him to put a stay on this until November 3rd?
There you go.
But
that's what it is.
But as far as immigration goes, there is none here.
Okay.
But all of these red hat mofos, maggots, are all about, we need to secure the border. What border? It's secure. But who cares if they want to come over? They're trying to make a better life.
They keep trying to secure an imaginary line. That's the part that really gets on my last nerve.
Right.
There is nothing like literally that you could physically walk up to and go, oh, well, that's the line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and did you guys hear about when the Rio Grande flooded and those 125-pound buoys got loose and went downriver?
With the barbed wire? Yeah.
With the barbed wire? Yeah. Everybody's like, well, what happens with the barbed wire? And everybody's like, oh, well, I guess it'll just take trash out for themselves.
Right.
And I was like, you heartless people.
Pieces of shit. Hey, you know what kind of gall and caucasity it is for a white dude, by the way, I'm a white dude, but a white dude wearing his little cowboy hat and his cowboy boots to be standing in El Paso and telling a Mexican to go back to his country. You're standing in El Paso, dude.
Hispanic. We're going to use the word Hispanic.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you think they came up with the name of the place you're standing in and telling them people to go back to their country? Mm-hmm. These people are so damn ridiculous.
California. Same with California.
I'm going to throw this out there. Indiana has been without power for 2 weeks. We haven't had a damn thing on our news, who is now bought and owned by conservatives. So don't say the liberal media no more, okay? Let's be clear. Some folks may be still liberal working for them, but it is owned 100% by rich conservatives. FEMA doesn't exist anymore. He took the support system for we the people away.
Yeah.
These people have been without for 2 weeks. The governor, and if it wasn't that bad, he wouldn't have had to call the National Guard in.
Yeah.
They are literally
Micah, the only reason that I say Hispanic is because not everybody crossing the Rio Grande is coming from Mexico. So it is more culturally appropriate to call them Hispanic instead of Mexican.
I understand that. Gotcha. I understand. That's like saying, black people or not all people with brown skin are black. So I understand that. Yeah. And Indiana getting power back some or all, I don't know. Okay, so as far as Indiana, the majority of the people of color locations are the ones without the power. The feathered friends seem to have power.
Mhm.
And no, they're not talking about it. FEMA got bad rap during, I think it was a tornado event.
Oh, down here in North
And
Carolina.
when,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and because people were being told on specific channels, not all channels, just specific channels, the ones they watched the most, they were being fear-mongered into believing that these people were coming to take their land, their property, their identity, their soul, and everything. So they started popping off on them when they would show up instead of working with them, maybe doing a little research. I don't know, go sit down and talk with somebody. Nope, they didn't do that. They just started, oh, they're coming to take my stuff. Well, now you ain't got shit because you were a dumbass, and then you let Doge walk in there and literally just unalive it by 1,000 cuts, took away what was left. And now it is not, I mean, yeah, primarily it is the people of color location, but again, this is going to happen to you too. Those people who are like, yeah, I'm all for deportation, but wait, not my wife, not my husband, not my kids. Why is it is always okay when it's somebody else, but when it comes to you, now you have a problem? It was okay when the farmers were struggling to get product out of the fields and into the stores, but now it's a problem because your prices went up. Like, again, pick a fucking struggle.
Right.
Since you brought that up, so the farmers situation, we have not seen even close to the worst of that yet. In this upcoming harvest season, which hasn't come yet, all these farmers are going to wake up and go out to their fields and have no workers. Okay. So whatever they do manage to get off of their farm into our grocery stores is going to be much more expensive. Mark my words, everybody listening to this, your vegetables.
Not anything in the ground, because you gotta remember, a lot of people never even got their fertilizer because they don't buy ahead of time, because fertilizer, like anything else, over time deteriorates. So they don't buy large quantities unless they're doing mass turnover. So for those who are only annual farming, they probably never even got their stuff in the ground. Our corn is late as ever. I've never seen corn this late before.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of hoping things would settle down, and it didn't. It got worse.
Let me throw this out there. Damn, I wish we had Carney as our president. I really wish we had Carney as our president, because they tried to Trump threatened him with a 50% tariff. And he said, okay, we'll talk about it. We'll negotiate. They went through it. Apparently, early this morning, Trump decided to throw another little monkey wrench in there. And I want you to do this. And Carney said, no. Well, I'm going to put a 50% tariff on you. And Carney said, cool. It's done. The negotiation stops right now.
I can probably describe exactly how that went too. So the appropriate people, not jackass Trump, was in there negotiating with Canada. The people that actually know things about trade and how that works, you know what I mean? And they sat down, Canadian people, our people, they sat down, they worked out some kind of deal. And then they said, okay, Trump, here's the deal. Carney's going to sign it. And Trump said, I want this, and I want that, and I want, and Carney just said no. As soon as Trump got involved personally, the deal was off the table.
Exactly. Because we know exactly how Trump works. He feels he can be the big bad bully, the big bad fucking bully boy. And Carney said, I'm about my people. Oh, he was also, I know what he threw in there. I bet he threw in there because China has signed a car deal with him. with Canada to build electric cars. Now, remember they were making comments about how we don't need Canada to build or partially build cars for our car companies. They said, okay, we can move your shit right over here, continue building cars, and over here we will restructure it to build electric cars for China. I bet you it dollars to donuts. Trump said, and you're going to need to drop that agreement with China. And he went, fuck you, we're going for the future.
I have a little different theory. I think Jackass Trump's announcement of the 300,000 metric tons of beef, he just assumed that was going to come from Canada. And he announced it before it was even proposed to Canada. And once Canada seen that, they said, No, I think Trump's 300,000 metric tons of beef is a fantasy, totally made up in his mind.
But again, remember what I said. He likes to tear shit up and tear shit down and then deal with the consequences later. So he figured if he announced this, that they would just cave because, our name's on it. So now we got to kind of follow through on it. Not realizing, no, they don't.
No, you don't get to change the deal out of the blue and threaten us at the same. Have you guys remember being in school and the bully loved to threaten people and try to intimidate people? At 80 fucking years old, this man still has that mentality.
I've been dealing with a bully for the last 3 days. I don't care to deal with another bully for the rest of my life. I'm so sick of Trump and his bullying, trying to bully the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. He's 80 years old and shits his pants.
Hey, this is a little
and they
off topic.
Just took his ass wiper away.
This is a little off topic, but I have to go here soon. I just want to know what you think about it. So very recently, I'm in Nevada, and Homeland Security came out with a report about 160,000 illegal voters in Nevada. Well, of course, that sounds like bullshit to everybody just right off the bat. And so Nevada went to Homeland Security and said, well, you need to prove that to us. If that's true, you need to prove it to us, and we'll see, what that's all about and how we can prevent it and whatnot. Well, it turns out that they only have 185 cases of sketchy registration. It's not even votes cast. Not 160,000.
What?
185 is what they gave back to the state of Nevada as their proof of illegalities in Nevada voting. And so the whole purpose of that, we all know that's absolute propaganda. They throw out that big ass number out there to frighten and scare everybody and say, our election system is rigged or just totally out of control, messed up. Nobody can control it. And then when they're forced to the carpet to show proof, they only show 185 cases of cases they can't even prove. There's no substance to it.
What is wrong with who are these governors? Why are they not ringing them up going, hey, we're going to slap you with a $2 million lawsuit. Prove it, or we're going to slap you with a $2 million lawsuit.
Well, our governor here is Joe Lombardo, and he's a Trump humper. And by the way, Nevada went red. They were one of the swing states. So if there was 160,000 illegal votes in there, who'd they go to?
What the hell? I mean, it went red, right?
It did.
So y'all won. So
well, we lost, but Republicans won. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
you're angry because you won?
Right. It's just all nonsense and bullshit, and I'm sick of it. Do you remember the case about like upstate New York, Rockland County or something, upstate New York, and there was supposed to be an investigation into that because the numbers just didn't add up. You don't have 18,000 votes for Democrats down the ticket and then 0 for the president.
Right.
And well, that case is out of the news. I don't know what's going on. We never heard anything after that. So, who's investigating that? Are they investigating that? What do they know? What have they found out? I'm just so tired of Trump claiming all this shit and all these people claiming this stuff and can't prove a damn thing. And before I go, because I do have to go, maggots. I know some of you are in here because I can see all the misspelled words. I can guarantee you that the entire Republican Party, Trump and everybody from that point on down, doesn't have even 1,000 illegitimate votes or ballots from 2020, and I can prove it because if they did have even 1,000, it would be on a chyron on Fox News, OAN, and Newsmax 24 hours a day with names, dates, and places. And they don't have that. They haven't shown you any of that. No one's seen that. That's how you can prove 0.
Yep.
Well, exactly. Probably not 0, but
exactly.
Nothing even in the realm of their fantasy of millions of votes. Right. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And no, hey, thanks for having me up, Teresa. I really enjoyed talking to you, and I get to speak, unlike most otherwise.
No problem. Thank you for coming up. We have conversations here. We don't do debates. You can find me over on YouTube, Tea Time with T, or better yet, you can find me over on Facts Are Golden. Come on over.
What's Facts Are Golden?
That's my moniker over on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Facts Are Golden.
I've seen Tea Time, but I haven't seen that.
Come on by anytime. Facts Are Golden, okay?
All right. Thanks, kids. Bye.
Bye, sweetie. He is such a good guy.
I like him.
Oh yeah, he's cool. What else did I want to throw out there? Hegseth, Petey Pete deciding to dip his toe in and possibly run for president.
That's not gonna go well.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me. I want to be on the screen for this shit right here. So we got. Come on, get your butt up there. There you go. We have Pete Hegseth with everything that's going on with our soldiers, our military, the fact that we are getting our ass handed to us on a daily basis. This man takes personal time to go out to Iowa to talk to people in Iowa about the possibility that he might run for president. Whiskey Pete, Mr. Alky, Mr. Booger Sugar. Have you seen this guy?
I don't know. How does his boss feel about that, though? Like, I'm just curious. How's Rubio feeling? How's Vance feeling? I mean, somebody tell me.
You're walking
Those
on.
idiots out wandering around there and loving it, though.
You're stepping over JD Vance. You're also walking over Rubio, who at least has a previous history of running for office. And you're going out to Iowa. I'm going to take some personal time to go meet and greet with the people. What? Wait, you got soldiers eating slop. You have 3 inches of piss and shit and overflow in the bathroom. And you're taking personal time off to go out to Iowa? Did you take your sober companion with you, aka your wife? You take her everywhere else into secret meetings when she has no clearance, as far as I'm aware of.
Last I heard, yes, he did bring her along to keep him in line.
Oh my goodness.
As president, you're talking to other world leaders, and to stay, focused, you have your wife sitting there at the Resolute desk. Come on, people. Make this shit make sense.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, they're not doing anything any different than what's going on right now. Because she don't do any of the things that she's supposed to do. And the little bit she does do, she does because of her so-called, we signed an agreement kind of thing. So I have to make an appearance every once in a while, according to that. So him bringing... And then you gotta look also, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. My brain is just like,
that's okay.
And then you got the diaper changer, the human printer.
Natalie
love letters with no clearance. No clearance.
Hello?
No clearance.
Hello, Mr. Williams.
Yeah. Hello. How you doing?
Hey,
yeah. The human printer, no clearance, came out with a letter. I don't know if you've seen it. I posted that.
There's 2 of them.
There's 2 letters. One of them that was already read, and I just came out with a video with it. I've been on vacation, and I also, if I'm sounding kind of like horse, yeah. I just I'm getting over a cold that I have for a week now. And the changing of the weather around here, I'm really surprised that the Trump administration doesn't believe in climate change. Getting back to Natalie Harp's letter, Jesus Christ, that is obsession beyond any stretch of the imagination. And for her to be doing the stuff that she's doing, I mean, you can't make this up. You really can't.
Wasn't it her brother that said that she was crazy?
Oh, yeah. I have that video.
Yeah.
CNN. Yeah, I have that video. I mean, the fake outrage that's out there right now, and I haven't even posted that yet. I haven't posted in a week or 2, and I'm like I may be behind on the curve on some of these videos, but I've seen some of the videos, and I promise you, that man did not mince words at all about his sister. He didn't.
Now let's be honest, John. I had heard he said she started to change when she started taking treatment for cancer.
Now started taking treatment for cancer. Now,
yeah.
Okay, in a way of what? She was taking pills?
She was taking radiation treatment, taking pills. She had a serious form of cancer, and apparently she started writing letters to Trump and how she supported him. I'm talking back in like I think it might have been 2017, 2018. So
I
it's been a
think
while.
it started actually in 2015, but I'm not 100% positive. But yeah, she's been corresponding with him for quite a while,
But
and says that everything that she has is because of him, and that she fully supports him. She will never leave him. She will never betray him. So on and so forth.
Well, then that means that she's going to go down on the ship with him.
Well, Melania pulled a whole Houdini for 30 days. But then all of a sudden, when that story broke, suddenly Melania popped back up.
I wonder why.
You have a clacker? You have a clacker? Is that a clacker? I'm jealous.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna be
really.
honest with you. I'm surprised that she actually actually popped back up again. You know, it shows me the disconnect that this administration has, and this president, how unhealthy he is, how unhinged he is, the fact that he's a womanizer beyond any stretch of the imagination, has no respect for anyone.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, he's not the first president she tried to do this to.
Huh?
Who is it?
I read that last night, but I didn't get to. You know how Facebook does? You get into a story and then all of a sudden the story disappears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think I saw something about it too, and I can't remember if it was Reagan or Bush, but one of them too. Not Reagan, but yeah, maybe.
Well, at least they didn't respond. That's a good thing. At least those cats didn't respond, because that's, you know, that's all kinds of crazy for a person to write love letters to a president and then become a staffer for this particular president with no kind of security clearance whatsoever.
For a year.
That right there alone, when I heard that, I thought, oh, okay, then this female shouldn't even be at the White House. As a matter of fact, if she has some kind of a mental issue, this woman shouldn't even be. This woman shouldn't even be surrounded by the president or in the White House. Period. This woman needs to be away from the president.
She needs to be institutionalized.
The thing is she refused the background checks. That red flag number one.
Yeah, that's number one.
His administration was like, flag on the play. Something's wrong with this one. And it just under the rug it went. And it just keeps going and going and going. And it's like, even if she passed it now, my question is how many of the foreign entities who contacted her directly and said, I need a moment of his time, make it happen. And she was like, yes, sir, no problem. I got you. No problem. That tells me you're ops.
Yeah. That shows it right there, because at the same time you got this woman basically doing everything under the sun with the fact that she's the human printer. Okay. I mean, come on. And then you have her as a person who posts those memes on social media. Okay, that's an issue right there. First of all, for a professional woman, I find that that's a loose, I use that term loosely.
I was going to say that's a stretch.
Yeah, that is a very big stretch. For a person who is supposed to be a professional woman, would post memes about Michelle and Barack Obama in their racist epithets on his Truth Social. That's the stuff that this woman does. I have a video, like I said, I got videos on half of the stuff I just posted today, and I'm going to tell you, it's nothing funny, to say the least, but it's incredible how the cisgendered males that are out there that come to this woman's aid and the fake outrage that comes behind it and literally are being put in their place by professional women is the irony of this situation where you have a woman who clearly doesn't have no security clearance and didn't want to do background checks and all that sort of junk and this and that. If I was the president of the United States, I'll tell you right now, this chick would automatically be escorted off the property and literally put in a padded room.
She would have had the beautiful jacket with the matching shoes and allowing herself to put herself.
Exactly.
It really gets under my makes me giggle. So when Ossoff brought that up, and all he said was, the man don't want to do his job. He would rather be on the plane with Natalie. That's all he said. He never mentioned her last name, never said, they're having an affair or, I don't know, taste testing pies in the catering truck. He never said any of that. He just said, the man don't want to do his job. He'd rather be on that plane, which is not protecting anybody with that. And it was immediate talking points came out from every talking head on the Republican side. And they told on themselves, they made it a deal that it would have been a blip on the news, a total blip. But because they kept coming out saying, oh, he owes Natalie blah, 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 an apology, and he's accusing the president of having an affair with blah, blah, blah. He never said any of that. So y'all come out saying that.
Yeah, well, see, here's the funny thing about that. That's there's two sides to that coin. I mean, as many times as Donald Trump called women piggy and all that sort of junk, nobody from the Republican side came to that woman's defense or any other woman's defense because of the fact that you're looking at a president who has said vulgar and disgusting ass situations without no consequence. But then here comes John Ossoff. He basically brings out the skeleton in that man's closet. And now you guys are completely outraged about it. You get pissed off about it. I mean, it's amazing to me how the president doesn't want to talk about the fact that he doesn't want to talk about affordability. He doesn't believe that. He thinks that this war, he basically lied about the war. At the same time, now I'm guessing that he's seeing the writing on the wall that at some point he's going to be a lame duck president, probably after this fall, because of the situation where the Republicans are in and they can't seem to get themselves out of it. And if he becomes a lame duck president, that is going to be an issue for him even further. And the polling numbers show it. He's at 33% right now. They're talking about the fact that there are people out there that are saying that at some point, probably within the next 2 months, he's going to be below that 33 threshold, which is unbelievable. That shows right there. That shows right there that he's not going to get
fourth worst, not the first worst. So there's that. So he still has his lips above the water. But didn't he yesterday just say that they need to start talking about affordability when he kept saying affordability was a made up word by the what he said?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. That's kind of too late. That's a day and a dollar short. When you should have been talking about that months ago. Or where you should have been talking about that before you sent us sprawling into a war that doesn't make any sense. That people are now stupefied by this.
But William, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have control of the White House, the House, and the Senate. Yeah. None of your people who are currently running for fucking re-election had the cojones, the gonads to say, Mr. President, you keep fucking around like this, I'm going to lose my job. I got bills to pay.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You got senators who have either been trying to talk to this man who had been trying. He's steadfast. I heard on the Midas Touch Network, okay, and they were talking about the fact that the president right now is isolated. Mm-hmm. He is isolating himself. And I think that's true because now he doesn't want to go to these rallies. He doesn't want to go and stomp for the lost cause right now. He's depressed about it because this is a situation that has basically, the writing is literally on the wall for this guy. He knows it.
But wasn't he just at a rally the day before yesterday?
But there wasn't nobody there. Wasn't fucking nobody there.
Exactly. Here's the thing. You got to understand. Even if him being at the rally, you notice now he's trying to say the same shtick all the time. He's trying to say that there's no affordability. He's trying to say that there is we've got to fix affordability and all that. He's trying to throw everything at the kitchen wall so it'll stick. Mm-hmm. And nothing is happening. Nobody's believing it.
No, because
he has lost total interest. This is what I heard. He has lost total interest in this entire situation with the Republicans. And you know what he's retreated to? He has retreated to his vanity projects, his ballroom. He literally was doing cartwheels yesterday because he won a judgment or somewhat of a stay for his ballroom. Mm-hmm. He won one. He finally won one.
What did he call it the other day? It wasn't just a ballroom. What was it?
It's a bunker.
A military
bunker, which I find it very hard to believe that you would put a military bunker on American soil all the way down and below the White House, under the White House lawn. That's like something out of Under Siege, Dark Territory, where apparently the supposed terrorists, that there was a nuclear core 30 miles below the surface of the White House or underneath Washington, D.C., that if you were to hit it with this satellite, it would fracture the core, blowing everything up. I don't think so.
The only reason that I don't doubt that he's doing it is because I think that he's going to try to hide out in it to refuse to leave the White House.
That's why they tried. I totally believe. I agree with you on that sentiment. No, I agree with her on that sentiment because look, here's the thing. This was a move by Donald Trump. He's trying to bypass everything to get this thing finished. He wants this damn thing finished by no later than 2027 at the latest. Okay, that's stretching it. The other thing that's really kind of concerning is the fact that he wants it done by 2027. I mean, what makes you think that this guy is not going to go? He's going to go to the bunker and then basically hide underneath there, and he doesn't become president. And if he loses his job as president,
he's following the footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
33. Did anybody see Tim Scott doing the soft shuffle yesterday, grinning and all this for what's his name, sister, who has no qualifications for that job?
Oh my God! Really? Yeah, I seen that.
I watched the beginning and then I got disgusted and I turned it off because I just couldn't with her, the lady at the beginning and her talking out of her ass about Christian values and what else was it? The truth, and I just couldn't because she was.
But my point is though is, you know, they are coming out with their wash, rinse, repeat routine now. We all see one.
Well, here's the
they
thing.
see when they're losing their audience. So what do? It's kind of like, America's great, and everybody starts cheering, and they don't remember shit else from before, during, or after that moment.
Well, here's
what they heard.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right off the top. I've seen the excerpts of that debate, and you could look at the person next to her, who she's debating, and the question that was asked. Do you have any experience? Well, it wasn't just an experience. It wasn't just an experience question. It was a question that needed to be answered, and she couldn't answer it. And that is the concerning part about the Hormuz Strait and China. And are you concerned about it? Remember, Lindsey Graham is foreign policy. The man goes overseas for foreign policy. So now the question is thrown out there for the world to hear, and she can't answer it. But only she says, "I love our men and women in the military." You did not answer the question. Are you concerned about China and the situation with the Hormuz Strait? Are you concerned about the foreign policy issues that are in this situation in the first place? She can't answer that. First of all, how can you not answer something and you don't have no knowledge of whatsoever? You just pivot and turn and say, "I love my military men and women very, very much."
That's the point.
And my thing is,
she
God.
threw out exactly what they wanted to hear. They don't care about what's going on specifically.
What?
They want to hear that I'm going to support the president. I support the military. God bless America. And everybody should be Christian and barefoot and pregnant, period.
Yeah, here's the thing. The funny part about it is when she said that statement, there was a hush in the room. There was a hush in the room. There was nobody cheering. There was like, oh. And I bet you everybody looked around at each other in the audience.
Step off. Nobody told her she should step out.
But no. But here's the reason you had that silence. Because I guarantee you, some of those people sitting out there have sons, daughters, husbands, wives in the military. And that bullshit wasn't flying. I love the military. They're like, yeah, but their ass is on the line. What else? Tell us something else. And she couldn't. That's what I got out of that silence. No polite applause. No, nothing. They were just looking at her like, the fuck are you talking about? We can at least take this bull crap from your brother because he did serve in the military, but you didn't. You talking about?
Exactly. That's the problem. I mean, we got men and women. Literally, we got men who have been out at sea for almost damn near close to almost 150 days.
And women.
And women.
In there too.
I'm sorry, yeah. And women. At the same time, mentally, their mental state is being completely tested. That battleship that they're on needs to have downtime for maintenance. They need to come to port. They can't come to port. The only port that's closest to them is the one that they bombed. Make it make sense. When you're looking at this situation from afar, Donald Trump, and I'm going to say this out loud for everyone in the chat to hear, he does not care about you, me, or anyone. He does not care about his military, even though he will have this facade. I came out with another video with that today because now their racism is showing. Doris Miller is being passed over for a battleship that's being created, and that he should have his name on that battleship that doesn't even come out until 2034. It's a new aircraft carrier that's being created, and they are considering having Donald Trump the name of that battleship and giving this man a close second to another ship that's also being created. Make it make sense. This man does not care about the men and women of the military.
Not in the
I
least.
don't know how hard, I don't really know how hard or how, I don't know how hard I can tell people that this man does not care about you, me, or anybody. And we still have people who are literally, are just literally siding with this man every step of the way because of what? He gets out in front of the camera and starts saying America first and all that sort of junk. But then after that, he's talking from his ass to his mouth. An unhealthy ass to his mouth. No pun intended, TikTok. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to get your line pulled down or monitor.
I got you.
But at the same time, it's like it really infuriates me to even, see this man walk around and not care about the American people, but retreat to his ballroom or his incredible vanity projects without talking about affordability or gas prices or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right.
We just need one reporter, and we've said this before about multiple things, but this was another one. I need one reporter to go, okay, bro, I'm sure I'm going to lose my job. You ain't going to invite me back. Cool beans. But we got people sitting out here without homes, without food, without medicine. Mama and Papa have been kicked out of the nursing home, and we're trying to move them into basements, which is taking on water because we're getting all these floods and blah, blah. But you keep wanting to paint statues.
Yeah.
And build things and put your name, like he's jumping up and down because he can get his name back on the Kennedy Center. And I, again, will say, I hope the Kennedys say, you can keep that shit. We're taking our name and anything that's ever been associated with it, with us. We're going to get a GoFundMe, and I promise you it'll be done in about 5 minutes. And they're going to build a bigger, better, more beautiful, and make sure it is written some kind of way that no one can ever put their name, likeness, product, nothing within 1,000,000 miles of that fucker.
Oh, yeah, Kim. Yeah, he's putting it back up there. And it's going to say renovated by President Donald J. Trump.
Renovated. Oh.
And then
renovated.
The grounds,
see, that's the thing.
The grounds around it are going to say something about Trump as well. I can't remember what they said the grounds.
Some more granite?
More granite? Really?
Getting some more granite?
Yeah. I guess so.
Marble?
This is the thing that this man cares about, only about his vanity projects, that he cares about people.
Yeah.
That's the
He
problem.
don't give a shit about the people.
He don't care.
Yep. But it is what it
is. It just baffles me when you hear people literally on this app and every other app still gargling, ball washing, water carrying. Like, good God, people. How can you not see it? It's written, it's in 3D, it's in 4D, it's in 5D. Like, how can you not see it?
It's bad.
It doesn't make sense. It just shows the disconnect that we're faced with, especially with this man. And like I said, he has just lost the plot, and he's retreating to his vanity projects, knowing good and damn well he can't keep going out there and stopping for, according to him, a lost cause. And it is a lost cause. You got a lot of situation with the fact. I mean, Brian Donaldson for one won his I guess he won his primary to have the election in August or in November for the governor of Florida. And there are people on here that feel very strongly that there's no racism with the Republican Party because you saw that video right there, Brian Donaldson slapping hands and kissing babies and shaking hands and all that, and you got a sea of white people right there. First of all, Brian Donaldson is nothing more than the tap dancing black man who apparently feels very strongly that he can actually, get into the good graces of Donald Trump by having all his incredible talking points and basically shuck, jive, buck, and dance. But my problem with, but then at the same time, your Republican Party right now is struggling, and right now they are losing badly. Not only in the primaries and the runoffs, but the polling is showing right now 2% lead with this person, 1% lead with this person.
Hey, Peachy, he's on my list to run for the presidency. Okay, he would be one I would vote for.
And the talking point that's being used to try to bring down the temperature, because the Democrats are white hot, and I'm going to say this right out loud too. Socialists. That's the word that the Republicans are trying to use. Socialists don't like Mondavi, don't like this guy, don't like that guy. First of all, for a Republican Party to try to do almost everything in their power to stay in power, they're going to try to do everything and anything. Mm-hmm. One of the things that they're trying to do right now is that they're trying to convince Nevada that there was like 15,000 unregistered voters that were illegal. Really? When they only found 185. So can we see the names of these individuals? They don't want to give out the names. They're still looking.
John,
that video is that news is out there now. That video I haven't even posted yet.
John was actually John was here and he brought it up.
I mean, it's out there now. This is the Trump administration trying to lie. There is an attempt by Mullen and ICE to disrupt polling places across this country.
Oh yeah.
That they're talking about they're talking about having what they call perimeter breaches. Mm-hmm. Perimeter breaches, where you have to get by them first before you go to your polling place. The hell, what for? Why do we want to have a perimeter breach? Or not a perimeter breach, but a perimeter guard. We're talking about just to stop people from going to their polling place. I got something in the mail today from my polling place, which is right down the street. So I'm going to have an ICE agent right over there asking me for my ID. Are you kidding me? I'm going to mail that ballot in. I'm not going to be subject to any kind of search and seizure. I'll push right by the fake law enforcement that is called ICE, because they're not law enforcement at all. And it's astounding to me that we have to call these individuals law enforcement when they're absolutely not, running around in vehicles that are either rented vehicles or cars, no emblem whatsoever, unmasked, unchecked, no body cams.
All right. Oh, hold up. Let me put this out there. If your governor refuses to send in the voter rolls, do not mail in your ballot. By hook or by crook, find a way to go in and put it in the box. Because we got to remember the mailboxes that were burned last election, and the Postal Service, the general inspector, has already admitted with his whole chest. He has spoken to Trump. And if your governor does not release the voting rolls for them to get their grubby little hands on, they will not be, they will slow up sending the ballot to you. and returning the ballot. So since he's already said it with his whole fucking chest, go around him. Y'all getting the guy, rent a damn minivan, load up. Here, we're going to circle the block. You're going to hop out, go put your ballot in there. Okay? Be ready to do what you need to do. And Kimmy, hey, Kim. Sorry.
Hey, love. How are you?
Oh, fine, honey, fine.
I'm going to tell you like this. I wish a bitch would show up and try to stop me. I really do. Because I'll sit right in your face and give you all of your policies and procedures for ICE. And then ask you, why are you talking to me? I'm a U.S. citizen. Get the fuck out of my face.
Really? I mean, that's a really big issue. Mm-hmm. I mean, I did a video, like I said, I did a video today, and there was a guy who talked about how he was outraged by the fact that people in San Francisco basically beat up an ICE agent. And I just stitched it and I said, you know what? So what? Here's the thing. I don't believe that ICE is law enforcement. I believe my police officers are law enforcement. I believe that the U.S. Marshals are considered law enforcement. I believe that the sheriff is considered law enforcement. ICE is nothing more than a high-level border patrol agent. That's it. They're not law enforcement. I don't care what police chief, I don't care what state you're in. I do not care what state you're in or not. When a police chief sits up there and states that they are law enforcement, nevertheless, you throw that right back at him and say, okay, so if they're law enforcement, they should have the same qualifications as you guys. They should have their body cams. They should not be masked. They shouldn't. If they're going to be walking around with weapons or anything like that, they don't need your help. In my view, there's a situation right now where their cooperation is now being called in for police officers. That means, and this is in New York, they're qualified. They're to help the ICE agents. Now there's talk now that they're not going to be helping them after this month.
Good.
I believe.
If they're in sanctuary cities, they shouldn't have been doing it in the first damn place.
Exactly.
Because sanctuary cities don't. That's the whole purpose of being called sanctuary city. The fact that you're not going to ask about somebody's immigration status. If something happens, because what that does, it deters when you have crime in areas, right, where heavily immigrant population. What ends up happening is if you take those sanctuary cities away, they don't report the crimes. Those crimes become victimless crimes.
Yeah.
But the thing is it's messed up because now they don't feel like they can say anything to anybody, and they have to sit there and be victims. I think we've had enough white people victimizing minorities. Okay.
Oh, and by the way, if you know anyone in Ohio, Mike DeWine has fucked up some shit. First, he said that ICE should not bother the Haitians. Then he went back and changed the rule for the state that ICE and police officers, when they stop you, not only, now we know they could ask for your ID, your name, your date of birth. He's now added they can ask where you were born.
Oh, that sounds like SB4 here in Texas.
There you go.
You know the whole thing of driving, being a person while brown. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Because Abbott, all I can tell you is that no-legged asshole can just go off a hill somewhere. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
fall into a lake.
You mean
I want to see you swim.
You might as well push him off into the lake.
No. I want to know. Fall into a lake. I want to see you swim. But
yes,
anyway,
Kim. Yes,
but
I'm
anyway.
in Texas too.
And see, another thing about, when we talk about voter rolls, because Abbott gave Trump the voter rolls for us here. We also have to consider King Paxton. Paxton has pulled some dirty shit not once but twice. First time was Harris County when he got, I don't know, damn near 1 million votes. In a very heavily, I would say, minority enriched, underprivileged area in Harris County. Then turned around and did Jasmine Crockett dirty, because I do remember that we had extended hours to like 9 o'clock during the Trump election. But oh God, We can't do that. After the Republicans in this state did a primary, waited till like what 0-30 and goes, oh no, we're going to change our polling locations, which caused a big problem, a huge problem for Jasmine's district.
Let me remind you. Now that situation where all they're changing all the polling places created these gerrymandered states and all that sort of junk, and the Democrats did the same thing, and they said that, well, the Republicans claim foul over that. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not working.
Well, see, you're
working.
You're talking about after Louisiana won their little case and decided, so let's say started gerrymandering. But see, this I'm talking about something that happened way before that, because that case was still going on when Texas did their bullshit. And see, you're not supposed to redraw districts, but every 10 years based off the census, right? So by doing it 5 years in, you violated. Texas itself violated that whole thing, right? So we've got problems. We got problems. But see, here's the funny part about that. You've gerrymandered this fucking state so much that guess what, bitch? You ain't got nowhere to go. You might have got 5 seats, but Democrats just picked up 10.
That's right. That's it. That's what I'm saying. It's not working. The gerrymandering idea that the Republicans are doing, they abandoned that idea now. They're not even talking about it.
In some states, they've abandoned it. They've done that. They've abandoned it. But then you have places like here where they've done it so much that where the fuck you gonna go?
Yeah, exactly.
You basically went all the way back around in a circle. So they've lost a bunch of seats, right? They're losing seats. And I really hope that one lady that's running for governor, I can't think of her name right now, she beats the brakes off. I swear, beats his ass at the world chair. I swear to God, I hope she does. Because that man there's something going on now, and I can't think of what it's called, but it's targeting Black people.
Oh yeah.
And Latinos, it's targeting Black communities, and it's targeting Spanish speaking communities as well. I gotta get out of the habit of saying Latino because it's not a race. But they're targeting, and I'm like, you bitches really, y'all got balls. Y'all got balls coming after the Black community. Y'all really and truly do. Yeah, because when 92% of us said, fuck you, we meant that. We meant it. And you still keep knocking on the door talking about, well, y'all got it. It's going to be a fist in the face. That's all there is to it. Because obviously you ain't understanding when us Black folks is like, yeah, we good. We all right over here. Leave us alone. Y'all, this is what we mean by, we talk about, well, y'all can segregate. How? How can Black folks go do what they want to do by themselves while white folks always in their business? Do I need to bring up Seneca Village? Do I need to bring up Lake Lanier? Do we gotta talk about the Black Wall Street? That was us buying our own Black business.
You can't even walk into a store without somebody being in your business, because you can go to any location and barely can I help you find something?
I'm gonna tell you this much right now.
They're running up to you talking about, can I help you find anything? You need any help find anything?
And you know what you get when you do that with me?
I'm not blind.
You get a nice stiff arm in the throat.
Oh damn.
Because look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I had a white woman. You're gonna love the second part of this story. Okay? First time, I was going into Kroger's. White woman decided I was getting out of the car. It wasn't even really out of the car yet. I like your hair. Put her hands in my head.
Oh.
I knocked her dentures out her mouth. She called the cops. I said right there, I said, take her ass to jail. She assaulted me first. And everybody around was like, oh yeah, she did that. I said, bye. She's like, I can't go to jail. I'm like, bitch, yes, you can. Your elderly ass can go straight into the car and straight behind the county lockup. Thank you very much.
Wait, Kim. I don't know if you heard, but during C19, I was standing in line at the grocery store, my little mask on, and I heard a man go, no, stop that. Don't do that. Lady tapped me on my shoulder. I turned around. She looked at this and said, is that a personal statement? I looked her right in the eye and said, I'm recovering from cancer.
I don't know, they said, bitch, mind your business.
Her husband found something to look at the ceiling, the floor,
tiles at that point.
anything but And I started to walk away. Now I will respect this little red-haired white girl. Wonderful, wonderful young girl. I saw her out the corner of my eye. Step around. She went to step around, the divider for the register.
Mhm.
I said, no, it's okay. It's okay. We got outside and she said, you should have let me have better. I said, no. I got a tickle in my throat watching her husband try to look
Can't find a
anywhere
hole
except
deep
that.
enough. Mm-mm.
I said, by the way, I just wanted to put her ass in her place. I'm okay. I don't.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
I'm gonna tell you what I did in the mall with my kids and my oldest and my granddaughter. Another white woman wanted to come up and touch. Oh, but she didn't. She was reaching out for me, and let me tell you, the performance I put on, I should have got a fucking Oscar for it. The scream I let out, I should have got a Grammy for that note, for real. And I was so loud. And now we were in the mall. I was so loud. I do mean black women loud. Oh no, I multiply by 10. Pick that up. I'll put you like that. I started screaming, and I had just had surgery last Tuesday, right? So I have a thing in my arm or whatever. It's just at the elbow. It's just not that big of a deal. But it was wrapped up. I threw my ass on the floor. Oh my God! She hit me. Oh my God! Oh yeah. I was like, oh my God! She went to pull my hair. I swear to God on Christ is up above.
He was up there going, what was that?
Hold up. My son and my granddaughter were like, oh hell. They had to walk away because they were too busy trying not to laugh. They were too busy trying not to laugh because she came up around us, so they saw what was happening. And so as soon as I started acting out, my son was like, come on, Marcia, let's go over here. Because they was too busy trying not to laugh, I swear to God. This one was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Mall cop showed up. Now, wait, hold up. I'm not done yet. Mall cop showed up. Man, was everything okay? I'm on the floor. Oh my God. Yeah, the whole 9 yards. Ignoring them because they were like, they looked at the white women. Do you know what happened? Well, I don't, bitch, shut up. You know exactly what happened. So then the cops showed up because in the mall that I'm talking about, there's always, it's been annexed by the city. So they're always over there. And so they were walking, like, what's going on? These two brothers walked up. Two brothers. They knew what time it was when they saw me on the floor. I was like, oh my God, she tried to pull my hair, she pulled my hair. I was like, oh my God, I just had surgery. All kinds of shit. They was like, ma'am. I was like, oh my God, oh, officer, oh, I'm so glad you're here. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what she was trying to do, but she attacked me. Oh, and I'm telling you, I had tears coming out of my eyes. So when I say Karen, baby, ain't no white woman got shit on me after this. I'm for real. Ain't none. And they was like, she's like, I didn't mean it. I didn't know. I'm like, oh my God, you touched me. Why did you have to do that? All kinds of stuff. And then I stood there, right? And face, I just like I didn't even cry a lick. And I said, the next time you want to touch a black person's hair, maybe you'll think twice. She's like, oh my God, you just did that. I said, bitch, don't you ever, as long as you white and breathing air, put your hands in another black woman's hair. Okay.
Listen, I am a non-participating white person. I have a black husband and my kids.
You're tokenizing.
I do not touch my kids' hair unless I've got their moisturizer in my hands.
And you're doing your duty.
I can help you out there because when you just said that, you tokenized.
Oh.
You may not realize that you did it, but you did. And it's no disrespect, no harm, no foul, but I'm letting you know that you have to, that's a white supremacy talking point, and you have to watch that because it makes company.
She did not mean it in that.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what I'm just telling her.
And it's,
ladies, I'm going to step out.
Soldier's wife, just so you understand, it's to help you.
No, I got
it. To dig at you.
Yeah, no. I didn't take it. I didn't, believe me. I did not take it that way at all. I'm just letting her know if she's ever in mixed company and says that, be careful of that statement because it can be very offensive.
Gotcha.
Lady, I'm going to step out. It's been a pleasure, Miss T.
I know, and I was just wrapping it up because I've now been on here over 2 hours, And Mama Sunshine knows usually it's an hour and 30 minutes.
And so, best believe and understand. There's no disrespect at all. I just wanted to let you know.
No harm, no foul.
Not a problem. Yeah, I just want to let you know because people just with the things that a lot of Black people have had to deal with, especially coming from white women. It's just.
But wait a minute, somebody before y'all go. Quick check. Did they just deny Carmelo Anthony a retrial?
Hold on, let me look. I'm not telling the computer. They shouldn't have because like there was too much shit there. Woo! That defense team was going to some
Those new videos.
Oh, did you see the one about the Metcalf boys beating their daddy's ass?
Lord, yep. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. No. Beat his daddy's ass, fractured his arm, and also jumped his mother.
Yep. Sure did.
How are you calling him a little innocent boy?
Nah, I mean, my thing is this, and hold up, this what really gets me is how you kept their history from the court hearing. They have been doing shit like this and getting in trouble since they were 10 years old.
Come on.
Matter of fact, the one that's not the one that's no longer here with us went to juvie at 10.
The whole thing of you fracturing your dad's arm and jumping your mother, they would have been visiting my headstone.
The part. According to CBS News, it says 53 minutes ago, judge denies Carmelo Anthony's appeal for a new trial in the unaliving of, and I'm like, y'all playing with fire on this one for real. Y'all playing with fire. And I don't want to know who the judge is because they removed, what's his name? They removed the judge, the former judge who was proceeding over this. They removed him.
You did not allow the jury to see the real video where it clearly shows him sitting by himself under the tent or the awning or whatever, and 4 people coming over and punching him. And in one of the stills, you could clearly see the guy had him in a headlock.
Yeah, but that's not the only thing. It was also the fact that he would not allow people, there's only so many people that can come into the courts. Number one, that's a public setting. You can do whatever you want. Number two, they weren't allowed to have any recording devices or whatever. Why won't you let me record? If it's a public setting, how come I can't come in and record? What y'all got to hide? Another thing is the prosecuting attorney and the defense attorney work together. Matter of fact, they worked when the defense attorney worked at the DA, he worked right underneath the prosecuting attorney, first and foremost. And they also had a practice outside of that together. No. Then you're going to sit there and have a jury pool where you say you don't want teachers, but yet still you have white teachers on the jury pool. Yeah, it wasn't about the fact that the jury was all white. Believe me, it wasn't. It was the fact that if you're going to sit there and say we don't want teachers, then why do you have white ones up there? You shouldn't have any teachers at all. Yeah. They didn't allow black teachers, but they had white teachers up there. It's like, wait a minute, no. You said you want teachers. Why do you have teachers?
Oh shit! No.
And then of course, the whole suppression of there was nothing in Carmelo's history as far as being a deviant, right?
Straight A student.
But the Metcalfs have a laundry list of shit coming back from when they were 10 years old. Not just the racial things, but like fighting, pushing down a girl and kicking her in her stomach. I mean,
all of this. While you got this other kid who has straight A student, never missed school, not truant, no fights, nothing, no history at all.
They said something about, I think, the one that got unalived, so had like 21 suspensions in high school.
Including 21. Having to go to juvie, including you jumped the woman who gave you birth.
Right. Then what they had one time he got suspended because he was talking about bringing a pew-pew to school. Huh? What? I'm like, what? Okay. You bring all this information up and then you're going to sit here and tell us you denying this young man. What? Yo, I'm going to tell you like this. It's not going to be pretty here. This ain't pretty. Because why are you denying them? I mean, they can appeal it again, but why are you denying them? And this is why, and this is another thing that I never understood. This, and I felt like it's a setup anyway. Because when they were asking for a change of venue, it could have gone to Dallas. It could have come down to Houston. I mean, matter of fact, one place they wanted to come to was Houston. They would do a change of venue. Why is that? Because you run the courts there. You're all good old boys. You're all buddy. It's a small community. And what? No, he wasn't going to get a fair trial. And he doesn't belong there, because another thing is that you would give the jury three options. It can be capital, manslaughter, or reckless endangerment, whatever you might want to do. They didn't do that. And then for the judge to come out and sit there and have an interview with the public.
All right.
Really?
We're gonna wind it down, wrap it up. I want y'all to understand something. We don't hang ourselves.
Maybe.
Just as Jewish people do not tuck things in their window, turn on their gas stove, we do not. And that last woman, they had to bring the extended ladder on the fire truck to get to her. Not a regular ladder, the big extended ladder. How the fuck did she get up there?
But you said, my thing is, it's not just that. It's not just that. How you gonna do that in your hands tied behind your back? How did the guy hang himself with a dislocated shoulder and a fractured foot? Where was
the flying monkeys? That's what they keep saying that we are. We're just monkeys, so we're flying monkeys now.
And we're not the ones who like chimps.
And I'm waiting for someone to show me, where's the ladder? Where's the chair? How'd they get up in the tree?
Because it should have been there, right?
Yeah.
If it's that high up, it should have been there.
Where did
but my thing is, how do you do stuff with your hands tied behind your back?
Okay.
Well, wasn't the girl, I can't remember her name.
The one that happened. You talking about the one that happened on during Juneteenth?
Yeah, in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't her hands above her head? Tied above her head?
I don't.
If I remember right, her hands were above her head.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one, but I do know about several of them.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that when you are bound?
Yeah, like I don't understand.
It's not real. They
No,
know
it's not.
we are being hunted.
Yeah.
If someone comes up to you and says, "My car won't start," I can't seem to find my son. He ran off. Can you help me? Look, the answer needs to be, I'm speed dialing 911.
Are you getting in my car? You are not coming near me. No, sir. No way.
No.
Notice that uptick seems to be happening more in Mississippi.
You know what's crazy? If I have anybody come to me, I can't find my kid, and they're white, I'm like, that doesn't surprise me. You don't watch them anyway. Then walk off.
I even tell my kids, do not stop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stop.
Don't get turned around. I'm turned around. Can you walk me to the? No, I can't walk you nowhere. Wait, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this story.
Do 180, walk the other direction. How about that?
I'm gonna tell y'all this story. I wish I somehow failed to save the video. A young man in Kentucky, about 2 a.m. in the morning, he was at the gas station. So there was a parked camper, RV. And a little window on the side facing him, and a guy had his head sticking out going, "My brother locked the deadbolt. We have a regular lock and we have a deadbolt. And we have a spare key that's in a little magnetic thing underneath the steps. Can you please come unlock?" I don't know why he did it. He was supposed to get me a copy made. Can you come unlock the door? This young man said, yeah, sure. He said on camera, I took 2 steps towards it, and then I stopped, and I thought about it, and I hollered over to him, "I'm going to tell the clerk in the little 24-hour gas station to get you somebody to help you." The guy started saying, no, come on. It's only going to take about 3 minutes. You could just come over and get the key and unlock it. He said the hairs on the back of his neck stood up.
That's ancestors talking.
He took a step back towards the car, and suddenly somebody stepped out from the back of the camper. And he's like, he's looking, and then the guy in the window disappeared. Another guy, he took 2 more steps back to his car, took his phone out, and he opened in his door. And at that point, the guy that was in the fucking window. So now you got 3 motherfuckers standing outside the camper. Where'd they come from? Oh, you wanted me to go over to the blind side of the camper. And he got in the car. And as he got in the car, one of them took a step towards, and he put the camera up. He said, this is the only film I managed to get. And it was a clear little short video. And he took 2 snapshots of the 3 of them standing by the damn camper. Can we say this together? He hit the gas, and he said, I never thought something like that would happen to me. He said, what do y'all think would have happened to me if I'd gone to the blind side of that camper?
Never see you again.
Never again. Car sitting there at the gas station, and they're going, well, the camera says he left. He went behind the camper.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, that was the ancestors telling, young man, don't you do that.
Don't be kind.
Don't you do that.
Don't be kind.
Being nice. I mean, and what's crazy is the fact that it's gotten to the point now that you cannot be nice to anybody. You cannot be the good Samaritan. You cannot be somebody that if it's in your nature to be helpful, right? And to be kind to others. You can't do that. It has gotten to that point. You cannot do that. You cannot do that for your own personal safety.
Right.
I mean, we are so far removed.
At night. It doesn't matter if it happens at night. It doesn't matter if it happens in the woods, at the beach. These people are so bold now that they're doing it in the middle of broad daylight in front of every camera known to man. They don't care.
Because they're seeing that they won't be prosecuted for it.
I'm that person who would literally drop everything to help somebody. I am that person. And it's so hard when I have to sit there and second guess every move I make. I don't like that. I don't like living that way. It took me years to get to not distrust people, only for when CV came around and I found out how quickly I needed to distrust people.
But see, I'll help you. Me and Betsy be more than happy to help you out.
But
they don't. And Betsy ain't got a safety.
Yeah, but in that particular situation,
it do, but
Yeah, but in that particular situation, even if he had his own personal Betsy with him, that's 2-1, and it quickly became 3-1 when the other one hopped out the damn
15 rounds. 15 rounds is, hey, it is what it is.
Somebody claimed that it was something else, and you already know that. It doesn't matter if he had a Betsy or a cell phone. If something had went wrong,
you're right.
It would have been the problem.
You're right. But you know what? It's really maddening, right? When women, especially, have to protect themselves, right, from men, because men are dangerous. And if women were to protect themselves, a woman would be wrong. You are trying to keep yourself from being accosted or otherwise, right? And if you had to let that thing go, all of a sudden you're wrong for protecting your own, for your body? Seriously?
What did they tell you? It was nature. It was meant to happen. You should have jumped.
Yeah, and so is that slug in your behind.
Lord, ain't that the truth? Ladies.
That's why I'm going to call you 1010 from now on.
Ladies, y'all say your piece so I can shut things down. Hey.
Oh, go ahead, girl.
YouTube. Bye-bye.
I gotta go. I think my daughter-in-law just got back home from San Antonio. So
but solid. Understand. I wasn't mean by anything by that. I was just letting you know because some people will take offense.
You're fine. You're fine. I've been using it for a while and nobody has ever corrected me ever.
Look,
actually, people have thought it was funny. Like even my husband thinks it's funny because
I think it's funny.
I got you.
That's
I think it's hilarious that you don't touch their hair, but it's a good thing you don't touch their hair too. So
because the first time I did it, not the first time, but my daughter had gone to school one day, and she was talking about the white girls touching her hair, and she was angry about it, and because she's got the real pretty curls,
and my oldest,
they would come up and pull her curls to watch them bounce back, and she's like, "Mom, it pisses me off because it's drying out my hair."
So hands.
And I said, "Well, I play with your curls," and she's like, "Yeah, I don't like it because you're drying out my hair." I said, "Fair enough, fair enough." I said, "Next time I will make sure from now on my hands are moisturized with your product."
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Thank you."
You know what? I as a Black woman who has biracial children, I appreciate you actually listen to your child and doing that. So
yeah, I respect my kids. I mean, my daughter is about to be 21, and my son is 23, and
I love the braids, sis. Mine's braided too.
I was just gonna say my pet peeve is when somebody comes up to me and touches my locks and goes, "Nice extensions."
Oh my God.
Lord. I'm like, this man gets your shit wrong. But listen to Teresa go.
Oh, it's me. It's me.
I love it, babe. I love it.
No, I would never ever disrespect a person of color's hair.
It's a racial trope of petting is what it is.
Yeah. And for me, my hair is so thin and so fine, it would be the same thing for me as a white woman for somebody to come and touch my hair with their oils from their hands in my hair because it would make mine oily.
Gotcha.
I'll just tell them, next time, tell them, keep your dirty dick beaters out of my head.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
I know.
Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies.
I love it.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
I'll see you. See you when I see you. Wow. Oh, dang. Oh, Mama Sunshine. It is 5:30. Let me get my butt in here and finish my laundry. It was a good conversation and actually 2.5 hours long.
It's good. It's about time you went longer, and it was a great conversation. It was nice that you actually took a break from talking and let other people talk. That was nice. The whole time, no, I was working. I was putting wheels on the tables and rearranging and doing laundry and pulling stuff to the curb. Like, I didn't stop.
Oh, okay. All righty. But you take care and we'll hit it again. Bye. Hey, mods, thank you. You keep my head above water. I am extremely grateful. Hey, follow Mama Sunshine over on YouTube. You can check me out. Facts Are Golden on YouTube. Come by, leave comments. You leave comments, I comment back. Night, guys. Bye.
I lost. Go and try my match opponent's team. You lose, you. Don't worry, these are typical violation behaviours, and TikTok is here to protect you from these during live matches. We want everyone to feel safe and welcome in a friendly environment. Here are some rules to help you do that. Do not harass or humiliate anyone with bad language or behaviours. Do not be mean to others using words, names, or actions that can hurt or make them feel bad. This includes writing mean things on their face or body. Do not express a desire for a person to die, get a serious disease, or experience some other severe physical